Tonight, a 911 call is raising more questions in the death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter.
So Atlanta police just released that 10-minute call, hoping to identify the woman on that line. The call led officers to a home on William Nye Drive in the Lakewood Heights neighborhood in southeast Atlanta. Officers say Young Scooter ran from the home. They say that he sustained injuries to his leg while running and later died at Grady Hospital.
11 Live's Cody Alcorn is live tonight from Atlanta Police Headquarters in downtown Atlanta. And Cody, you have been following the story since it broke on Friday night. What are some of the red flags that you hear when you listen to this 911 call?
Well, Jennifer and Ron, the woman on this call, claims that there were 7 men at this home. She says that she heard 3 shots fired. She even says that the woman was naked and had a baby on that scene. However, during a news conference, Atlanta police never mentioned anything about a shooting and say they never found a woman or a baby at that scene.
Atlanta 911 operator 8715, what is the location of your emergency?
Around 5 o'clock, March 29th.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch.
Call 911 reporting a shooting.
There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house.
A few seconds later, telling the dispatcher the guys are selling drugs out of the home.
All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff.
Then claiming a naked woman was thrown outside.
It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting.
The dispatcher questions the caller.
Urban
How many
area.
shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Then sends Grady EMS to the scene.
The girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away and they're holding her. She's being held hostage.
A few minutes later, on the line with first responders, the caller adds a child to the situation.
She ran outside naked, bleeding from her face. Then there was a baby involved.
This call sparked the chain of events that ultimately led to the death of Kenneth Bailey, better known as rapper Young Scooter. APD Homicide Commander Lieutenant Andrew Smith describes what happened once officers got on scene.
They knocked on the door. A male opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers. During the process of establishing the perimeter, 2 males fled out of the rear of the house.
One of those males being Young Scooter.
Jumped 2 fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, it appears that there was, when he fell, some type of fracture injuries to the leg, which caused the bleeding.
That 911 call originally went to DeKalb County and then was transferred to Atlanta Police. And you might be asking yourself at home, why can't they just trace that phone call? Well, Atlanta Police say it was made on a 911 only phone, basically meaning that they didn't have a call plan on this phone. So the dispatcher could not call this woman back. They could not trace the phone. And the 911 national program says oftentimes these phones are used in pranks and to make these fake 911 calls. So again, APD is trying to figure out why this woman called 911 and what she actually saw and the reasoning behind it. So if anyone recognizes that woman's voice, you are urged to call APD.